What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our week 6 or 7 or 5. I don't even know anymore. I think it's week 6, our week 6 battle for the APA Academy. Today we're facing off against Scarecrow and his Sacramento Scarecrows with Corviknight, the new, pretty sure that's what it's called, new Pokemon from Sword and Shield. And before we do get started, I want to give a huge thank you to our team captain, Mr. Dietite, who was able to really help me out with a skeleton for the team. This was supposed to happen the week before I was moving, and because of that, it just was ridiculously difficult to schedule a time and to build. So he just came through, he built me a skeleton of a team, and then we worked together to find a really solid team overall and optimize our EVs into a team that honestly I really like. It's going to be really interesting. And in the mocks that I had with it, I think I did pretty well with them. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the team that we're bringing, and to the matchup actually. So if I can find it over here. So our team is a team of Ho-Oh, Tapu Koko, Aegislash, Megaladios, Dugtrio, Amoonguss, Miltank, Seismitoad, Hawlucha, Bisharp, and Illumise, with Koko, Dugtrio, and Seismitoad being our Z captains. My opponent's team is Reshiram, Mega Scizor, Shaman Sky, Nidoqueen, Slurpuff, Slowking, Cobalion with Z-moves, Silvally, Electivire with Z-moves, Deoxys Defense, Tangela, and Sharpedo with Z-moves. Now the team that I'm bringing, to start off, we have our Miltank here. It has Earthquake, Ice Punch, Thunder Wave, and Milk Shrink. It also has Spit F to make sure that we're never 2-hit KO'd by the by the Shaman Sky's Air Slash. We are Sap Sipper this week, so we easily take the Seed Flares. We're not going to take any damage from that, which is fantastic. We then have our Dugtrio, which is the Wapmelberry. This set is, or it's not Wapmelberry anymore because Wapmelberry is actually illegal. It wasn't released, so I think it's Bluckberry. Whatever it is, it's a berry that gives me a 90 base power physical fire move with natural gift. So I have Earthquake, Natural Gift, Fire, Toxic, and Stealth Rock, and I have enough defense to make sure that we always live an Adamant Bullet Punch from a max attack Scizor. That's very important because he'll go for that attack. We'll live the hits without a sash, and we can fire off the natural gift and do like 60% to it, which is going to be very good because that way I don't have to lock myself into Sacred Fire with my Ho. Instead, I can lock myself into Brave Bird. Our next mod is going to be our Tapu Koko here, which is Shuca Berry. We have Nature's Madness, U-Turn, Roost, and Toxic. And then I actually swapped off Toxic, I think, for Defog. The reason I did this was because I need to make sure that I can keep rocks off my side of the field. It is my only Defog this week outside of the potential for Ho-Oh, so I felt like having Defog in this slot was going to be very nice. Nature's Madness is there to chip down the Reshiram, it's there to chip down the Deoxys Defense, the Mega Scizor, and then U-Turn for momentum, and then Roost obviously for longevity. I didn't feel like I needed a real attacking move on this set. We have Speed for Skyman, our HP and Special Defense, so we're never OHKO'd by Timid non-boosting Blue Flare from Reshiram, and our defense, so that we're also never OHKO'd by a +2 non-adamant Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch, or 2-hit KO'd by neutral non-adamant Bullet Punch. So yeah. Our next mod is going to be our Seismitoad here, which is Sassy Nature this week with Scald, Earthquake, Toxic, and Protect. We live a Life Orb Hidden Power Grass from Sharpedo after Stealth Rocks, which is very important because Sharpedo is such a scary mod for my team to deal with once this thing goes down, because this is my only water immunity. It's my only water resist, I believe, as well, that I'm bringing. So it's very scary here. We take one Modest Life Orb Draco from Reshiram after Rocks, and we take a Modest non-boosting Hidden Power Grass from Reshiram as well. We also take 2 Timid Draco Meters from a non-boosting Reshiram, which is very nice. After Protect, we take 2 Modest non-boosting Draco Meteors. So before, like I said, we take 2 timid ones. After the protect, if we protect, we'll take 2 modest ones. So that's very important. We also die only if he has. Also, Life Orb Nidoqueen only kills us if he's modest and gets 2 max rolls with Earth Power. That's the only way. And if we protect, that takes it away. So that's solid right there. It's just such a really solid set that I have this week, and I'm really excited to give it a shot. Our next mod is going to be our Aegislash here, which lives a timid non-boosting Reshiram's Blue Flare in shield form. We also have the same hit from Modest Life Orb Nidoqueen's Earth Power and Adamant Life Orb Earthquake. We're never 2-hit KO'd by Life Orb Timid Skyman's Earth Power after leftovers, and we never drop to a Life Orb Adamant Sharpedo's Crunch after Rocks. Hidden Power Fire, always 2-hit KOs Mega Scizor, and we have 12 in speed for creeping. The rest is put into our special attack. And our set is Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fire, King's Shield, and Substitute. And then our last mod is going to be our Ho-Oh. The Ho-Oh is Choice Scarf this week with, I can't remember what the speed is for, I think it's for Nidoqueen, honestly. But basically, and oh yeah, and outspeeds Skyman no matter what. We also have Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Earthquake, and I think Toxic was our last move with Regenerator, of course. Let's just go ahead, that's our 6, and let's just jump into this week's video. So looking at the 6 that he ended up bringing this week, I think my best lead is going to be to lead off with the Dugtrio. It can potentially trap the Nidoqueen, it could trap the Reshiram, it could trap the Scizor, force it to go for the U-turn, and I can get off that 60% that I really wanted it with a natural gift. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to lead off with my Dugtrio, as he's going to lead off with hopefully one of those 3 mons. If he doesn't lead off with any of those 3, it's really going to suck. It's going to make things a lot more difficult for us in the long run, but I'm hoping that he leads off with one of those 3 and we can just trap them right away. So I lead off with my Dugtrio, and on a positive note for us, he leads off with his Harlequin, which to me is the Nidoqueen, and it is the Nidoqueen, which is amazing. So the good news is, if he's not fully defensive or Shock Berry, we OHKO with Earthquake, but he does end up revealing that he's Shed Shell there. We are still running an Arena Trap, and he goes out into Zenith, which is his Shaman. Now, I didn't want to have to reveal the fact that I was going to be Sap Sip on my Miltank this early, but I have to do it. Like, I just can't afford taking a hit from anything, so I go into my Miltank here. We're going to be able to take this hit easily as long as he goes for the Seed Flare or another Grass move, and he does go for the Seed Flare, and we get a boost in our attacking stat. At this point, I think I have a pretty free Ice Punch here, because I mean, what's he going to do? He's going to switch out. That's fine with me. I can just switch out to an appropriate check later. He goes into Scarecrow, which I didn't really know what it was. Thought it was going to be the Reshiram, but it ends up being the Mega Scizor here, as Ice Punch will come out. Ice Punch is going to do absolutely nothing to him. I can't tell if he's offensive or defensive. I have no idea, but I'm just going to switch out here, and I think I go into my Ho-Oh here. I really was thinking he was going to go for the U-turn, and I was going to go for an Ice Punch or even an Earthquake. It didn't really matter, but you know, I felt like switching out was the safe play, because he can't touch this Ho unless he's running Toxic on his Scizor, and if he's running Toxic, he has to have clicked it this turn, and if he didn't, then he would die to a Sacred Fire next turn, so he has to predict my Ho coming in and then go for the Toxic. So he goes to the U-turn here. He's going to gain momentum and be able to go into one of his threats, which is going to be Harlequin, the Nidoqueen. And at this point in time, I make a really risky play here. I could die to a non-Life Orb Timid Rock Slide, or even a Jolly Rock Slide, but I just go for the burn potential on the Sacred Fire. We don't actually get the burn here, and he ends up getting his rocks up on me. So it's very unfortunate, but he is in range of the next one, so I'm going to go for a second Sacred Fire here. He's going to switch out, and he's going to go into his Deoxys, which is going to be able to take these hits pretty damn well. I'm pretty sure he can invest in a way to make sure he's never 2-KO'd by an Adamant Brave Bird, which is what we are. So I'm just going to go for the Sacred Fire, hope for the burn here, honestly, but we don't get it, so that's 2 out of 2 where we don't get the burn. Really unfortunate there, but I was kind of hoping that we could get it. But anyways, I go into World Star, my Tapu Koko here, because this thing should not be able to touch me unless it's running an offensive variant, and from the damage he's going to be able to do, I can find out he's not going to be that offensive variant, but that's a bit later on. For now, he's just going to go for the Thunder Wave here, which is fantastic because we are immune to that, so that's great. He doesn't look like he's running Toxic, and I can go for the Nature's Madness and really chip him down. Losing 50% of his HP is amazing. Now, I am kind of wishing I ran the Taunt this week, but he's just going to go for the Recover here, and I believe at this point I'm going to click the Defog. I'm pretty sure I do. Do I click Defog on this turn? What do I do? Defog? Yes, I defog here. So defogging is really good because it obviously removes the Stealth Rocks from my side of the field, so my opponent I won't be taking 50% with my Ho every turn, and that's very important as he reveals the Psychic, and this is the turn I was talking about where he actually reveals to be no investment at all. I'm pretty sure he has almost none, if not maybe like 40 EVs tops. But I go for the Nature's Madness here again. We land it once again, and we are going to do another 50-ish% to him, or at this point, it would be like 40%. He goes for the Nightshade, so he just revealed all 4 of his moves to me. He didn't have to reveal the Nightshade. I don't know why he did, honestly. He does 50 points of health. I'm just going to roost up and get back to whatever HP that I need to get up to, as he's going to go into his Nidoqueen here, and I can then just U-turn out. Now, this is a big play because I can just U-turn out, or I can save that last move and make him think it's a T-Bolt or something, but there's really no reason for me to not go for the U-turn here. It lets me know what he's planning to do. If he wants to pull a double, I'm good there, so I U-turn out, and I believe I'm going to go hard into my Ho-Oh here. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I do, is he's probably going to try and get up rocks again on me. So in comes my Ho, and again, I'm pretty sure, like I said, he goes for the Stealth Rocks here. Yeah, he goes for rocks, so he's really focused on getting rocks to the side of the field on this game, but I'm just playing around that really well, and it's honestly because of the team that we have constructed around Ho right now. So I go for the Brave Bird here, and we are going to be able to get the KO. He basically had to choose a sack. There was nothing that was going to take 2 hits, especially from the range that his Deoxys is at. So it was basically just choose a sack, choose something that gets 2-KO'd, or choose something that gets OHKO'd like your Nidoqueen there. But anyways, in comes the Reshiram here, and I want to click the Brave Bird here, I really do, but he could have a rock move, and I would drop to that. I don't want that happening. So I'm just going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Seismitoad here, and depending on what he does, it could have been a bad play, but I'm going to switch out into my Seismitoad, as he's going to be able to hopefully go for a rock move, but no, he goes for the Dragon Pulse, which really sucks because this is going to do a lot of damage to me. But the good news is, based on the damage that he's going to do to me here, you're going to see it does just under 50% to me. That means he is probably not modest. He's probably timid. He probably doesn't have much investment in his special attack either, from what I understand. And he's going to switch out and he's going to go into Zenith, which is going to be his Shaman Skies. I predict that, and I go for the Toxic. So that's fantastic. We Toxic the Shaman Sky. Now, Toxic Protect on Seismitoad is going to be such a clutch and amazing tech this game. I don't think you guys understand how useful it's going to be for me to pick up a win this game. It's honestly crazy. So I'm going to Protect here as my best play. I can scout what he's going to do. I also rack up toxic damage on him, and if he wants to go for the air slash here, then, I mean, I think he could be scarfed. Like, if he's scarfed, that'd be kind of scary, but it'd be honestly not the worst thing in the world for us, or if he specs or whatever the case may be. So he reveals the air slash there. I'm just going to switch out and go into my Miltank here. I can't afford for him going for the Seed Flare. Maybe he thinks I am. Maybe he thinks I think he's scarfed, and he can just go for the Seed Flare and get the KO on the Seismitoad, as I wouldn't switch out. But I do make the play. I switch out into my Miltank here, as he ends up going for the Toxic. So he reveals to not be choice locked, but our Miltank is Toxic, which is really unfortunate because this is our answer to this thing. The good news is I can kind of play around it decently well. I can make doubles if I need to. So I believe right here I'm just going to go for, I think I just go for the Ice Punch here, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or I double out. Which one do I do? It was a bit of a longer game. So he switches out, and he's going to go into what, his Ho? Yeah, no, he goes into his Mega Scizor. I think this is the play where I make the double here. Yeah, I make the double here, and I go into my Ho. No, my Ho. No, not my Ho. I make the double, and I go into my Koko. Those are so similar, the names. So I take damage from the Stealth Rocks here, but the good news is I can just go for a free Defog. I will take an admin hit from this thing. So he's going to go for the Bullet Punch here. I believe the max he can do is like 89, I think it is. So he's going to go for that. He reveals to have not too much investment as I defog the rocks away. And again, I'm thinking that he could go for the Bullet Punch again, just trying to get the KO on me. I've already revealed Roost, so I don't think he would go for the U-turn. So I switch on and go into my Ho now. Again, rocks are off my side of the field now for the rest of the game, unless he brought 2 rockers, which again, I don't think he did. But he goes to the U-turn here, makes a good play, and he does that, and he will now be able to switch out into what I imagine will be the Reshiram, because it can take the Brave Bird here. As that's exactly what he does. He goes into his Reshiram, and I can now fire off a Brave Bird. Now, the thing with this is, I won't KO him, but I will 2 KO him. I could also go for the Earthquake here, which will 2 KO him as well. And I think Earthquake is my play at this point. So I Earthquake here, expecting to not have Shuca Berry, which he does, which is really unfortunate, because we're going to do very little damage to this thing. We'll do under half, right? I think we do like 30%, 40%. Yeah, so that's no damage at all. But I expect him to go for a Dragon move, except he whips out the Rock Tomb and we dodge it. So I'm going to pause because that's a really big play. Obviously, we would not have dropped to the Rock Tomb unless he was an Adam Nature, which I don't think he was. I think he was just a special Pokemon with Rock Tomb as his move. But the thing with that is, I'm running an Adam Natured Ho, so he probably would have been able to outspeed me the next turn, which means I would have had to switch out. So that miss is honestly huge for us. I'm not going to sound like it isn't. We definitely got very lucky in that spot there. And Ho is such a good mon against him that is really unfortunate. I go for a second Earthquake here, kind of praying that it KOs. And you're going to see here, it's going to do tons of damage, but does get the KO. Yes, it does, and honestly, I can tell you guys that was a roll to KO. It probably was not very likely because Reshiram is pretty damn bulky, but we basically keep our Ho around because he missed a Rock Tomb. It sucks for my opponent. I'm really sorry about that, but it's what it is. Anyways, in comes Sharpedo. This thing is a huge threat to me. He can go for the Protect and then go for the Waterfall or the Crunch, or what I imagine is probably going to be the Hidden Power Grass to deal with my Seismitoad, but honestly, I really don't know how I'm going to handle this right now. So I have to go and switch out into my Seismitoad here, expecting to go for the Protect. I will take a Crunch, which is nice, so I can then take that Crunch and fire off an Earthquake and do decent damage to him, but he's just going to fire off a Crunch right away, which is super unfortunate because this is very big, because there are a lot of calcs involved in this. I would have dropped to a Life Orb Waterfall from the Sharpedo, so I had to switch out. I also wouldn't have KO'd with the Earthquake. And because of this, because of that damage that he's done, and because of the fact that he actually doesn't reveal to be Life Orb, I'm pretty confident he's going to be Z move, and I really want to catch him going for the Z move when I go into my Seismitoad here. So I'm going to go for the Protect here just to gain back some leftovers recovery. He's going to get to +2 now. The goal is to make sure I'm out of range of a Crunch, and I think we need to get to like 80 something HP or like 90 something HP to make sure we live an admin Crunch. I think it's like 96. We'll guarantee live. Could be wrong. I think it's like maybe 94 max. It does. It's something around that. But I'm going to switch out here. I'm going to go into my my Koko here and sack it off. And the reason I do this is because Koko really has served its usefulness. I don't really think it can help me out with too much anymore because it's going to drop to this. I could obviously like stall up against the Deoxys, but I'm not going to take a bullet punch from the Scizor. I don't need the Defog support anymore. I don't really need Nature's Madness right now. So at this point, I think Koko was just better served being the sack, so I can now go back into my Ho here and kind of bait out the Z-move. So I'm going to go with my Ho here. I should live any hit. He should know that. He should go for the Z-move here as I swap back into my Seismitoad, hoping that he goes for the attack. And it's a big play in the game, but he protects. So it's good he revealed that protect now, so I know he has it. The thing with it though, this is very important, he didn't blow the Z-move. Like, I wish he did. It would have been so big had he actually gone and used the Z-move here. I would have been absorbed back all of my HP. I would have been out of range for 2 crunches from the Sharpedo, which means this would have been a check to it for the rest of the game. But instead now, he's going to gain his speed boost. So it's a really good mid-ground play on his part, using the Protect there. And I'm going to go for the Protect on my end and gain back just a bit more HP to guarantee that I'm out of range of the attack. I think actually maybe I was out of range before of a Jolly one. But again, I could be wrong. I don't remember the exact calcs, the exact numbers or everything. But we are 102 HP. Now we're over half. We take the hit that he wants to go for. And I can fire off an Earthquake here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Earthquake is going to come out. Earthquake should do about like 65% to him, 75% to him, which is nice. But he's going to switch out and go into his Zenith, which is the Shaman Sky. So very unfortunate that this thing comes in. But the good news is I can just go for Protect again, rack up some more toxic damage. And that's 18% every time that happens, because he'll take the 6% from the initial turn and the 12% after that. So very, very big here. Now, again, Protect, like I said. And then my play after this is just to switch out and go hard into my Miltank. Miltank, its only purpose right now is to make sure that I don't get beat by the Shaman Sky. And that's exactly what's happening. At this point in time, he is below 50% after this round of Toxic, which is extremely useful. It's so helpful because he's almost down, and it's getting closer and closer to this insane threat being gone. Already his first Uber, the Reshiram is gone, and if we can get his second Uber down and out, we're going to be golden. I go into my Miltank here, and again, the plan is to take the Seed Flare as he goes for the Air Slash. So Air Slash comes out. It's going to do a decent chunk of damage to me. Not too much where I should be too worried as long as I don't get flinched the next turn. But because there's no Rocks on my side of the field, and because I'll outspeed next turn, I think my play is to go hard into my Ho, because it covers 2 things. It covers the double into Scizor, which he revealed last time, I'm pretty sure, and it covers him staying in and going for an Air Slash with the Skyman. He doubles out. What is he going to as I go into my Scizor? He goes into Scarecrow, which is his Scizor, and I'm going to go into my Ho, and we end up getting this double fantastically correct. And this is amazing. It's such a big play here, and honestly, I was really happy with this. Obviously, this play probably wouldn't have been possible had he got the Rock Tomb play off on the Ho a couple turns ago, but we are able to go for the Sacred Fire and get the KO on this Scizor, so that's fantastic. Goodbye, Scizor. It's a huge play because honestly, I don't have to reveal my last move on my Aegislash, which would have been the Hidden Power Fire, so he could think I have the Sacred Sword to OHKO the Sharpedo. So it's very big here. And I make another big play, and I go for the Sacred Fire. I think he's going to go for the Protect, but he actually does not. I wish I got the burn there. He's going to go for the Crunch here, which is going to do a decent chunk of damage to me, and now he's going to outspeed me. So we do get 2 really solid plays there, right? The double into Ho and the Sacred Fire on what could have been a Protect there. So I'm going to go and I'm going to double out. I'm going to go into, I believe, my Miltank here and sack it off, because at this point, it's pretty much served its purpose. The Shaman is almost gone, and at this point in time, Miltank just doesn't have as much usefulness as I would like it to. And I'm honestly kind of regretting, wishing that this thing was Life Orb now, because it would make it already go down. It's done too many attacks already, and I just can't have it take this many attacks on me, because it's really wearing down my team. So Sharpedo's going to be able to get the KO here on our Miltank. This is big because now my only answer really to the Shaman Sky is my Ho, so I need to keep that above a certain amount of HP. It moves like Ancient Power, something that would be very scary, and my Aegislash. And if he has the Earth Power, then he's going to KO that thing. But again, we can be kind of careful, because we can beat the Shaman Sky with a combination of Ho and Aegislash. But anyways, in comes my Seismitoad here again. I can Protect if I need to. He's going to switch out, and I think I just clicked Earthquake here as he goes into his, what is this thing called? The Deoxys. So do I Protect or Earthquake? What's the play here? I Earthquake here. I'm thinking, please just get the KO, because I want outspeed. I'm sassy natured. He can outspeed and recover up. Please KO, please KO. And we actually do a ton of damage, and it's actually because we got a crit. So we crit him there. Did not matter at all, because he can just recover up. He's going to outspeed me this next turn, and I believe I go for the Toxic here as he recovers. So he's going to recover up, and I actually had an issue with my recording, so I had to split the clips there, so hopefully no one noticed that. It wasn't like I actually clipped it at the right time. But I Toxic here. We land the hit, which is amazing, and this thing is on a timer now. So all he has left, he has this Skyman, which is almost down. He has a Sharpedo, which has like 30% health, 40% health, and he's got a Toxic Deoxys defense. So we should be in a really good spot this game. My play here, though, is to protect. The reason for that is I can get more leftovers recovery back, and even if he goes for a Psychic or a Nightshade, I will still be out of range of his of the Sharpedo's Crunch. So that's, again, the important thing. I'm just going to make sure I'm out of range of the Sharpedo's Crunch, and I should be golden because nothing else on my team really wants to take a hit, especially if he reveals to be the Z Waterfall on his Sharpedo. So at this point in time, he goes for the Nightshade here, and I believe I go for the Earthquake. I took this damage because, again, I knew I could recover back up enough HP to be out of range of the Crunch from the Sharpedo, and even then, I was at like 28 HP, something like that. I was in the red, I think, or maybe like really low yellows. I got back all the way up to almost full, which is insane, the amount of recovery that Seismitoad was able to get. He just could not hit this thing. Down goes the Deoxys, though. Seismitoad picking up its kill, and it's just proved to be so incredibly useful. But in comes Zenith, which again is his Shaman Sky. I'm just going to go for the Protect here. It's my best play. It's going to chip him down more. It's, again, playing the long game, stalling out a little bit, being annoying, but not really stalling in that sense of the word. But at this point in time, I believe I'm going to go hard into my Ho. Regardless if he wants to go for Air Slash, if he wants to go for a Toxic, whatever he wants to do, going to Ho is my best play here. As I switch out into the Ho, again, he has to have like the Ancient Power, and he has to go for 2 of them to get the KO on me, or he has to get like a special defense drop with Sea Flare. He's going for the Air Slash, though. He gets the hit off, and it's going to do very little damage to me. You see, 164 down to 118, that's nothing. I will take that. Anyways, he gets Toxic Poisoned a bit more. I can go for the Brave Bird now with my Ho, and we actually will pick up its 4th kill of the game, I'm pretty sure. This is 4 kills. What did it kill? Shaman, it killed Scizor, it killed Reshiram, and it killed Nidoqueen. That's 4 kills, yeah. You got 4 kills this game, that's insane. And, yeah, but in comes the Sharpedo. Now, I have 2 options. I can do 1, which is save diff, or 2, I can just play it safe. I have choked the game before in the past trying to save differential, and I'm not having that happen again, especially because we can easily get swept right here. And I don't want that happening because Sharpedo, all it has to do is just like attack me on the turn that I switch out into my Seismitoad, and I lose. So my play right here is to go for the Brave Bird. And if he attacks me, then he loses. If he protects, then we have another turn. So I'm going to go for the Brave Bird here as he protects. So good play on his part. He had to kind of do this just in case to kind of get a bit more diff off on me. But it's a fair play. I felt like going the safe route was my best option, and he's going the safe route too to try and lower differential, it looks like, and maybe get a crit on the Seismitoad. But I'm going to switch out. I'm going to stay in and kind of hoping that he didn't pop the Z move. But you see, he actually did pop the Z move, and it is Z Water, which means he's going to KO us. Yeah, no, it's fine by me. I kind of wish Ho didn't die because it would have been awesome for it to not get 4 kills and just not drop, which would have been amazing. But it's okay because at this point in time, we guarantee ourselves a win here. He's going to get the KO on us. There's nothing we can do. Ho's in range 100%, and Ho served his purpose the entire game. Being Scarfed was fantastic. I really want to be Scarfed this game, but I didn't have the balls to do it. And then Dai said, you know what, no, Scarf is really solid here. And it really worked out a lot, especially because he didn't bring his Slowking. So I'm really happy about that. But anyways, I can go to my Seismitoad here and make a very important play because we are in range of a critical hit from the Sharpedo. So I protect here for us to get out of range of that, and now we guarantee 100%, no matter what happens, we will win this game. So yeah, we are going to pick up a 3-0 win here this week, and honestly, I felt like we played fantastic. We did get lucky with the Rock 2 miss there, but I still think we played very, very well, and I really think we deserve to get a good win this week, and especially after the loss we had last week, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, so we pick up a 3-0 win. GG to my opponent. Make sure to go and check him out. His link is down there in the description below, just like the rest of the coaches in the AP Academy. There's tons of us. I believe there's 24 of us, so make sure to go and check out everyone. We're all vying for a spot in the main league, and there's some really amazing content creators there as we get a crit on the last turn. So yeah, also make sure to answer, guys, the common question of the day, which is, what is your favorite Pokemon with a 4x weakness? I'm doing that because, what's it called? We have a team with insane 4x weaknesses. Also, my opponent has 2 of them on his team right there. So he has a Mon 4 times weak to fire, 4 times weak to ice, while we have 1 4 times weak to rock, and 4 times weak to grass. So what's your favorite Mon with the 4 times weakness? If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.